So, for actually several years at this point, I have been working on this here project. And that one too. Yeah, it was the same phone that I made this little phones. I have a play, a cunning play. It's over there. But in the meantime, behold my little book I made. This is all disheveled for some reason. Okay. Let's see. That's yeah. It's not very clearly written on there again. Right. I think Stone 3 is very strange looking. Like when you draw it, it's like suddenly these weird face shapes come out. Let's see, which one's this? This one's Stone 4, but I hadn't done all my calligraphy practice when I did these, so that looks better. I wrote like facing east and facing west, and that means from the point of view of which way you're facing when looking at the stone. Although I did ponder writing it from the direction that the stone's face is facing, but I went with what you would see if you were facing in that direction. Here's Stone 5. And look again, Stone 5. It looks like it has a face. And it says facing out, so that's the inward facing face of the rock. How very strange it looks. Three, 4, 5. See, this one's facing east. This one's facing east. East. East, Stone 6. Right up there, look, little face. What's that called when you see faces where they're just like little blobs? I should. This rock is 13 feet tall, 9 inches. Yeah, I did write some of the measurements on them. I need to fill that in, actually. Stone 7. There's a face on Stone 7. Stone 8. It's a funky little stone, just sitting there all recumbent on the ground. And this is, I don't think this one's done to scale. There's a bunch of these. I tried to do it to scale. Measured them. Don't think I did it with this one. It's got very strangeness to it, facing southeast. Here we go. Stones 9 and 8, and this is to scale, I think. It might be. I hope it's to scale. Stone 9's got a very interesting shape to it. And it's in 2 chunks. So it's like this is facing inward and facing outward. A bunch of these facing out. So you see the inner part of the stone. Here's another of stone 9. I kind of drew this one this way. I started writing the directions on there. So I think, yeah, that one's this way. Because I was trying to get them to just look good on the paper. So yeah, I did extras of stones 8 and 9. They're very strange. Stone 10. Sitting there by itself, what is tenon joints? Why does it have tenon joints? Because it had a lintel on it. So where's its lintel? Stone 10. This one, this one's face. This one's like as the circle goes around, you get different directions. So this one's facing north, facing south, facing out. So you see the stone is just there by itself, and you can look. So facing out. If you were standing in front of it, looking at this side of it, what you'd see behind you is the open field. What you'd see in this one, facing inward into the circle. So this is behind it, and this is in front of it. This rock sticks 13 feet out of the ground. The drawing on here is a little weird because yeah, I did have it drawn to the wrong scale, and then I fixed it. Whichever way. Whichever way. Okay, so yeah, this one's to the right height, I think. Oh, there's extra markings up there. I think I forgot to erase some of the extra. But it sticks 13 feet up out of the ground. It's got 10 joints on the top. It's near a strange broken bluestone. This one's stone number 11. It's 9 feet tall. It's sticking up out of the ground next to stone 10. Here I've done a comparison of its sizes at different scale measurements. It is at the same scale as the rest of them, which when I did the big ones, it's 1/4, and then the rest are 3/16. This is something else. I drew it at 3/8, and then 1/4, and then 3/16. It's really small. It doesn't look like it should be sticking up out of the ground, actually. And you can see that it leans really heavily. Okay, so this is facing. It's facing inward. Stone 11 facing north into the circle. Yeah, I drew it at let's see, 3/16 and at 1/4 size. There's something very odd about stone 11. I honestly don't think it is a standing stone. I think it's the missing lintel at 10. Which other stone would it be on top of then, you might ask? Well, that's a problem, ain't it? That's a problem, ain't it? Why are these not on? 33. Yeah, that's a problem. It's a problem. If 10's supposed to have a lintel, and 11 looks like it's supposed to be a lintel because it's so much smaller than the others. It is so very much smaller. And look, there's actually 2 tendon joints up there on top of 10. Which means that 9 is supposed to have stood up. But it sure is funky shaped. For that. Maybe that's the part that should have been in the ground. So strange. And 33. Look, we started off at 3. Here's 2. Stone 2. Here it is. Stone 2. Very oddly wide at the base and has this weird little burrow in it. Like a full-on rabbit could hide in there. This is such a strange stone. This is what you see facing out. It's facing out. 2, 3. So they're the inner side of the stones. So 3's sitting there by itself. And there's 4, 5, 6. I think I tried to draw it to where this would line up. No, I didn't. I didn't manage it. I did it with the other one. Facing. I don't fix it. 5. Got its funky little face on it. Y'all behave. Oh. 6. 7. And there 8 sits on the ground. Looking awfully small. Just so very oddly small. There it is on the scale grid, on the scale map. Looking just so very oddly small. And then there's 9 in 2 chunks. 10 standing there alone next to all these fallen stones, and then stone 11. Looking like it doesn't even belong where it's at. Oh no. Yeah. Stone 36. 2. 26. That angle of it, it looks like a face. It's just this little lump on the ground. Why? Why? 25 so strange. Incumbent. Look better. Make him look good. Mm, 20's missing. There's 19. 16. Yeah, 17 and 18 are also missing. And weirdly small. Just sitting there. Like a little boulder. Very small. Very strange. Stone. Tried to do this one real good. And you can see the blue stone behind it. Yeah, it's this way. Stone. At this point, I had set up incorporating. So I actually had to do this one again, as I had lost the first one. I had left it inside of a book. I found it again, but not for a long, long time. So I made another one. This one, however, is the original stone too. So by this, I was measuring them, plotting where they were on the circle, and everything like that. 15 sits behind the big fallen central trilithon. Looking like it just don't even should be there. A lot of line. Like, here it is, 16. It's got a tendon joint on top. 15. And then 16 and 17 aren't there. But the parch marks are. And I drew a picture of the parch marks. Still 19's all fallen over and oddly gouged up. It looks like something seriously huge hit it and knocked it down. There's gouge marks all over it. On the side that faces the circle. There's huge gouge marks on it. A piece of sandstone, man. Like huge gouge marks across the front of it. And it's oddly small. So it's oddly small. $21. You could face in it. We're facing stone 22. Okay, that way it fits with that one. They're up here in this northern part of the circle. And they stand together. These ones, however, I believe were the ones that had to be re-erected back in the 50s. It's 23. These two over behind it come next to 23. It's straight and perfect looking, actually. It's just like so very nice and smooth and straight and perfect looking. It's gonna be the oddest thing. $25. Recumbent. Laying on its side. That is just. I drew a bunch of different ones of it because it's really hard to figure out how to, how to do one with its measurements. So very odd. So very strange looking. $26 there, looking like a little boulder. Little bitty boulder there. And this long one laying on the ground next to it in the circle is actually classified as a lintel. You know, it's laying the wrong way. So I haven't drawn it yet. It's 126. Or 127. And there's this odd thing. 27. You inside of it, the circle, and you're looking out and you're seeing the smooth, nice side of it. And you go out, you look inwards, and it looks like this. What is happening here? What is going on with this one? What very odd shapes is on the front of that thing, or rather the back. We're gonna call this side the front. So 28. It's a mighty big crack in it. And a very strange back. It looks like a face. It does. It looks like I see a face, man. See, the front is alright. 29. And my number's 29. Here we start seeing the lintels again on top. And then like 20, 22. And here's 30. That big chunk taken out of it right here somehow. Missing a quarter of itself. So see bluestone 31 behind it. And 30 is the one next to the one. Wait a minute, I hear you say. Didn't deal with 12 and 14. No, I didn't. I didn't yet. We'll see. Stone 31's a bluestone. So it's sitting there next to stone number 1. Sitting right inside of stone number 1. It looks like it has a face. That's actually a great big chunk of rock just like missing out of the bottom. A great big groove through the rock. It's very, very strange. And so if you were standing and facing towards the big stones, this is what you'd see. But if you were in between the big stone and this one, this is what you'd see. Oh, very odd. Stone 32. It's fallen down and laying on top of stone 150. Which is also odd. It's a very odd stone. Anyway, they call this 132, and it's clearly like partly sunk in the ground. And also partly laying on top of another stone. Oh, very strange. Stone 33. I've seen the excavation pictures of this one. There are several stones hidden in the ground, and only 33 sticks up. And there's the odd one laying on top of the other one. So here's the excavation picture. And the one's in the ground. And then 33 sticking up. And here's what it looks like now. Everything filled back in, put back. $34. Looks pretty normal. Oddly shaped little thing. Pretty short. Like a few feet tall. Standing really close to stone 10. Just out there in the center. In the bluestone circle. It's got a neat little shape to it. It's like, look at it from all these different angles. It's got a very peculiar shape. Sitting there next to mine. Oh, it's like way off. It's way off over here. So, still 34. Still 36. It is mostly buried in the ground, partially sticking up on one side. It looks like this, and on the top-down map, it looks like that. But when they dug it up, it looked like this. This is the image of it having been dug up and hoisted up out of the ground with a block and tackle. So is this view of it. But there it sits, back in the ground, just how they found it. One would assume. It's clearly weathered more on that part, where it still sticks up. Got a lot of weathering going on. It's probably on that side. It's unclear. I'm trying to figure out which way it is. Still in 36. And I found that excavation photo. I absolutely, it changed how I was doing this, because up until that point I hadn't seen the excavation photos. I'm still in 33, and I did see the excavation photos. Okay. Stone 37. Nice big honkin'. I forgot to put the measurements on it. This was actually rather tall. And wide. And leans a bit. It's oddly wide. Right. Is this little thing down here? That one. It's this funky shaped little thing laying there, half stuck in the ground, half up underneath. Stone 14. Oh, 35 maybe. Since 35 is in two chunks, one of which being quite far from the other one, and this one being next to stone 10, I drew it on this long piece of paper I happen to have. Very oddly looking little stone here. But anyway, stone 12. Recumbent. Laying there all wonky shaped. Very, very odd. Very odd looking, wonky shaped stone is 12. Remember, 11 is this one that's sticking out the wrong way. 9 is also recumbent. 10 is a nice big old 13-foot tall stone. And here lies 12, just lumpy. Just so very lumpy on the ground. Like wow. Oh, how very odd it looks. I wrote south right here. How very odd. It's still 12. 11. Again, much too small, much smaller. It's much smaller than the others next to it, which fits the dimensions of a lintel that for some reason has been stuck partway in the ground and leans. Oh, we have one more. We have one more. Still 14. The one laying on top of Bluestone 38. Stone 14. What in the hell happened here? Can anyone tell? No, nobody can. Nobody knows. It is the oldest mystery on Earth. What in the hell is this? There's a lot of strange stones at Stonehenge, but this one's something else. It's laying on top of these bluestones. So clearly it was standing up at some point. I mean, you could argue a theory of they were using the bluestones to prop it into the hole to get it to stand up. Maybe that's why the bluestones are there, because they're from Wales. What are they doing here in Salisbury? What are they doing here? But also, what in the hell is this? What has happened to this rock? And no, it's not just buried like Stone 36. Okay, Stone, and also look, Stone 35 is in two widely separated chunks for some weird reason. Yeah, that's weird. 36 is buried. 37 is big and wide and sits right next to this one. And 38 sits right under it. Just looking very sad. It looks so very sad. What is this behemoth of a friggin' rock laying on top of it? Were they in the process of propping it up? Had it not been put in yet? Much of the stones here, like another one, 38. Yeah, and I'm working on 39. I haven't finished this one yet. This one will be 39. It sits there next to it. Making absolutely no sense whatsoever, though. Stone 14 baffles the mind. What is happening here? Why is it laying on his side? Did it fall? Or was it yet to be raised? And what in the hell is this? This is a hole in the rock. I haven't done a good job of drawing it. We'll look up that picture and get it in here. There is a hole in this rock that looks like a foot. It is the exact size and shape of a foot. And it's above this part that looks like spilled cement. Why does it look like spilled cement? This is so very strange. And it's not the only strange one. I haven't done the inner horseshoe yet. There's a couple there that are just so very strange. But this one has got to be the strangest stone at Stonehenge. This hole is shaped like a foot. It's just bizarre. And over here on my little XPS phone, I have it marked out. 12 or 15. Actually, this one's 25. This one's 12. Here's 12, 14, 15, 25. The recumbent stone. I'll do a couple more right here. Which one's this one? This one's 127. The one laying next to this one. And I drew the lintel that's supposed to be on top of the Great Xylophone, but then I changed my mind and I actually drew it on the edge here. I'm going to cut it this way. Here's the Stone 55. I haven't drawn it yet. There it is. Made off of something I was working on for quite a long time, an accurate map of the whole circle, which I then used to trace out onto here. Here's the lintels. I haven't drawn them yet. And here's one of the fallen ones, and it's lintel in weirdly bouldery chunks. And here's all the rest of them. But I'm not sure I have quite all of them accounted for yet. I drew a bunch of these on the edge. Yeah, 56 is the one that's still standing. And 55, the one that fell. And then here, we have the blue stones. Oh, there's 36. See, I drew it like it looks on the map, and then I saw the excavation photo. And so I'm just going to cut it rectangular, because it's rectangular, and it's got mortise holes, so I'll be carving the mortise holes in there. There's a 38. 39. Hiding down there. So, 67. 24. No, 42. What am I doing? Reading it backwards. Okay. Give me a break, because I'm finished. Yes, there's not a stone 24. It's missing. Mm-hmm. 13, 23. 23 to 25, that's right. Stone 24 is missing. These are the outlines. Here's stone 150. Stone 150, the one that's lying underneath the other one. And then we cut out along the bottom here. On this edge. The ones that are still standing and the ones that have fallen. 36, 37. 37 is that big. 34 is 34. 35B way over here. 35A, 34. 34 is this weird pentagram shaped one. Pentagonal shaped one. Here's 34. 35A, 35B. What's these? If we can walk all the way around, it looks like that. Here, 35A. It's that one. Very odd shape. Yeah. I have to relook at that at it actually. I drew it on here. 35A looks like that. 35B looks like that. Yeah, I had started drawing them here, but I decided this wasn't going to be the spot for them. I was drawing them here instead because this one, here's 37. 37 is 37 is this one. And this one. I think it's a big one. I don't think that says 18. I remember doing it, but I don't know. 60, yeah, 67 is going to be here. 68, 69, these are all tall ones. 70, 72, 32, one leg on 150, 48, 31. Oh, look, 31, the one that's got the weird face in it. This one. You have to sculpt that weird face and probably, yeah. It's this side has the weird face on it. I do 38 looking like that, but it's all wonky actually. Not good enough word, enough to hear. Good enough material here to work with it. Get on top of all of it. I have my map. A big piece of black foam. Um, I'm considering. I'm considering using something else entirely than this. Yeah, and if I do use this for one mon, I've considered doing that. I've considered making this a one mon. The remaining blue stones. That's the original circle where they came from in Wales. One mon. Of course, got all the positions marked out. As far as how I'm sitting, south is that way, north is that way. Usually have it accurately on my table. With my squeezy rock. This my stomach. I have a hot wire cutter somewhere. Going. Cut those pieces out. Yeah, 33. There it is. It's all walking on, but I'll draw it. But it is surprisingly tall. Thin. So got a lot of room here to work with. They mapped all the holes of the stone sockets at one mon, and they basically know which ones went where. Particularly this one, I think. Because this one's very oddly shaped. But this one being a lentil, that's clearly puzzling. That is so very puzzling. What was it supposed to have gone on? It's likely this belonged as a lentil at one. How it ended up stuck halfway in the ground Stonehenge. Nobody knows. I kind of made this little folder for them. The insert page of the book. I tore out. I had a couple of Stephen King's books, but I burned them. Oh, yeah, as for other books that we find, take the book covers off. Look at that weirdness. Why does 12 look like that? And why does 14 look like that? And where's still 13? And why is 15 a boulder? And keep going. Keep going. Why is 26 a boulder? Eight, nine. Why is 26 a boulder? A little bit. I didn't even draw on that side. I can fit all of it. There's pictures of it on this side, including most of this little circle diagram right here. Why is it a tiny boulder? That looks like a face. So yeah, I traced out all the shapes onto that. And then I thought I really need to know what the surfaces of these stones look like. Hence I began my very long ordeal to draw each and every one of them. Draw. No, no. I don't feel good. You want to watch the school bus? Okay. Oh no, I ran out of whiskey. Okay, so yeah, that's my Stonehenge research. Lord, Stone 39 is next. Where's the button? Where's the hang up button? Oh. Mhm.